I have a message for WhiskeyOG, wailing about the power. Oh, what's this? You disturb the floor near this thing and it vibrates like hell. Funny, isn't it? I've got my little hatch closed. That's why it's so dark in here, because it stays cool. Hear that other noise up there? That's roof ventilation, roof space ventilation, direct wired solar, straight to a fan. See this thing here? That's retired. Pure sine wave inverter. That's a cheap shit Chinese one. That's what you need. 12 volt, 180 watts. That's what it said. What I got now is more like 200/250. Look at that. Mains power plug. Oh, it's got USB charging. I didn't realise this one had USB charging. I thought it was only the newer ones. That's it say. Yeah, I think you can see it there. 230 volt AC. 240, whatever. I could turn the damn light on. But I just like it being cool in here, and it's cooler when it's darker, because it's warm. Oh, there we go. That's actually LED. Ooh, that's me dropping my little minus light. What do we have here? Actually, if I play my cards right here, I'm just walking around with all this shit, but you don't know much about it, do you, yet? Fucking bloody switch. There we go. Bingo. Laptop. Oh, it wants to show very well. TV. This is a shit camera, by the way. Sewing machine. Seat cover that I'm finishing. I'll just hit the big switch for that one. Switches everywhere. Actually, speaking of switches everywhere, I think I've just about stuffed this bloody thing by dropping it. God damn this shitty fucking miner's lamp. Switches. 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 They're pretty much everything in the house is centered from that point, except the bathroom. Interesting, isn't it? So there's something else here going on. One. Oh, yeah. That's a fridge system. That is not weed. That's lemon verbena. And these are the ones around the house. That wood is about to turn to shit. Couldn't really be bothered, but you might see a battery in there. There's another one on that side. Charge controller and commercial inverter in those boxes also. That one there. Oh, you probably can't see it, but there's a charge controller in there. Heavy cabling coming out. When I get past all this bullshit. So that's basically 2 off-grid systems. There is actually a third one, but I'm not going to get into that. Plus a little fan. Might as well turn this light on because we've got a light for this room that's fairly good actually. Similar style LED light. More sewing machines on the ground. Low battery shut off because this little hog takes a fair bit of power. That's right. Little Peltier fridge. Got some carrots and tomatoes and stuff in there. Yep. The power hogs then. They're bloody cheap though. All off grid. That's right. The power never dies here. Okay, maybe it dies. The worst trouble I have is when I do stupid things like get double adapters so close to bloody switches I can't even get my damn finger in there to turn the frickin' things on and off. That's about the biggest trouble I've got. It's all off grid. The power goes off every 5 years. When your batteries are sulfated as hell, you're so-called maintenance free that you're not really supposed to piss with. But you can fix with Epsom salts, but I just go and buy some new ones when they're stuffed because I don't want any unreliability. And it is currently 88 Fahrenheit. Oh no, it's 89. So it's basically 90 Fahrenheit, around about. And we've got a little fan, we've got a little fridge, we've got a computer, we've got a sound machine, we've got, you know, phone chargers and all the bullshit known to man. And we're good, we're fine, we're off grid. And if you can get out there with a broom on solar panels that are not roof mounted but like mine, ground mounted, you can sweep it off and you'll get power in the winter. Not much though, not as much. You need those clear bright skies. But saying you come to the end of winter, that wouldn't be a problem. If it's anything like here where you get those days that are cold but still very bright, the power frackin' slams in. You don't even bother with a Peltier fridge because it will start freezing your damn salads with a Peltier fridge. If you ever wondered if Peltier fridges can freeze, they're not really made to, but they will do it because I've experienced it firsthand. And your lettuce sort of goes, fucks all your salads up when it freezes them. Your little fucking, how much them things worth? I've seen them worth about $25. That was about 7 years ago when they first, well, 5 years ago. Well, yeah, a fair while back. That one there was $86, I think it was. Which in American terms, you're looking about 68 US dollars. But we get ripped off on a lot of stuff here. It's all off grid. Don't have nothing to worry about. Except every 5 years you got to have those little bit of savings so that when the batteries turn to shit, you get to change them over. A little bit of electrical knowledge. You've got as much electrical knowledge as you got a knowledge of electric guitars. If you can set up electric guitars, you got enough brains to set up solar systems. I know you got more brains than the Elvis or whatever his name is. Anyway, just a little thought, you know, these things, you know, that one cost me a few $1,000s, but that was end of 2011, start of 2012, yeah. 7 years ago? 7 years ago, yeah. And, Yeah. I'm not saying you got money, but I will tell you one thing, in the United States a lot of these things are far cheaper than they are here. Far cheaper. We're paying like $2, $2.50 a watt, when the US was paying $1 a watt. And yeah. Even just a little system like my fridge system alone, 120 watt panel, even if you get an 80 watt panel, hell, I've seen and heard of people living off 45 watts of panels. That's a little bit hard. You really want at least 80, preferably 120 to live off. I'm living off 240 with 120 for the fridge alone. Oh, actually the fridge has also got 240 watt panels, so that would make it 200 watts for the fridge, but one's for the afternoon sun, one's for the morning sun, and your 120 watt is for the bulk of the day. And yeah, it means I have a bit more battery power at the start of the morning and later on in the afternoon when the main panel is shaded by the trees, so my fridge doesn't die as quick, because originally it was a compressor fridge, which are not cheap. A good one is not cheap at all. But anyway, a little bit of food for thought, eh? Deep cycle battery, fuck your marine battery, deep cycle battery or two, solar panel, charge controller, at least get a pulse width modulation, which is what the fridge runs on, the house system, MPPT, multi power point tracking, I think that's what it is, and inverter. You can live with a modified sine wave, you're better with a pure sine wave. More power efficient, and things won't buzz when you're charging them or using them, which will with the modified, but not with a pure sine wave. Get about as many amp hours as batteries as you have watts of panels, or you can get 3 times the amount of amp hours of batteries as you've got panels, and that will allow your power to go a lot longer. However many watts of panels you get a similar amount size with an inverter. It runs on a similar amount of wattage, and learn how to start reading the wattage on the little bit on the back. You'll see there's amps or watts. You don't need anybody to tell you it's 120 volts, but this is all 240 volts. Just a bit of food for thought. If PG&E's really giving you the shaft,